Hey there everyone, welcome back to GameFind, and my name is David, and today we're going to be reviewing a crazy simple card game called No Thanks. And this is the Z-Man copy. The latest edition is a little more colorful. It's Asmodee produced and/or Days of Wonder, I think. But if it has No Thanks as the title, you can rest assured that it's the same game as this one. So No Thanks is a great portable filler that you can play with just about anyone. It's a game about anti-set collection. You don't want to get cards, and if you have the least amount of points, you are the winner. So without further ado, let me show you what comes in this tiny little box, and then I'll show you how to play. Let's go. So that is it. Those are all the contents that you get in this small box here, but the elegance of this game is its simplicity. So it comes with the actual deck that goes from, I think, 1 all the way up to 35. The card quality is decent. I have sleeved the cards. And then it has the cheap plastic poker chips. You can hear the low quality in that, but again, this is just for scorekeeping, and you're not really going to worry too much about how highly produced those chits are. And lastly, it comes with the rules. So now let's go over those and show you how to play. So you start the game by giving each player 11 of these poker chips. These are going to count as -1 for each chip to your score, which is important because you want that, and/or they're going to allow you to pass on cards. Let's go over that now. So on your turn, you're going to simply do one of two things: either pass or gather the card. You start the game with the 11 chips for each player, and then flip over the first card. Now this card is going to go to the first player, and they're going to decide whether they want to pass or gather the card. If they want to pass, they'll just simply put a chip on top of it. If they want to take the card, they'll simply just take it and put it in front of them. Now again, the aim of the game is you want to have the lowest score, so the cards in front of you are going to count towards a positive score. So if this person gathered this card here, they would have 21 points. Now there's a way to lower this score, but I'll go over that in a second. Also, if you run out of chips, you have to take the card, so remember that. So say the first player didn't want to take that 21, it will continue around the table and people will pass, and like I said, these are negative points, so this is not really a 21, this is now basically an 18. So this person could take it and get more pass opportunities and/or negatives to their score. So the way that you want to score as well is, like I said, this is anti-set collection. So the highest face card within a set will be the card that you score. Let me explain. So if you have the 21 and the 20 comes up, you will want to pick it up because the 20 is now the score of the set. Now you have to have at least 2 cards to start a set in the first place, but then the set can continue to infinity or to the last card is played. One other thing, you do have to shuffle the deck and take out 9 cards, so there is only 24 cards in the deck. So you won't have a perfect knowledge on how you are building those sets. So that is important to keep in mind as well. So the next thing that you want here is the 19. So you'll continue to do this, lowering the score on the set, and if you're able to get this all the way down to 11, you've taken a lot of cards and probably a lot of chips from people and only have 11 points if you so happen to get it down there. But the higher cards are going to get passed on a lot. Again, the lowest card in the deck I think is a 1. There is a 4 right there, so keep that in mind. They go as high as 35. The one thing I didn't add is when you do take a card, you will take all the chips on it and put it in front of you, and then you flip the next card and it is your turn. So the rotation will start with you going on, and this process will continue until the deck runs out. Once the deck has run out and each of the cards have found an owner, you will then calculate the scores, adding up all the cards in front of you, again with the highest set. So in this case 13, 12. 12 will be the end point for this set, and then you'll take these negative points and calculate those to your score, and the person with the lowest amount is the winner of the game. It's really that simple. So now let me tell you what I think and give this game a grade. Let's go. So that was No Thanks, and as we always do, like I said, I'm going to be giving this game a letter grade and/or a percentage, and I settled on a 77 for this game, and that's a high C, which is a high grade for a small box game, and I think that really relies on how accessible this game is. Again, The art on the cards is very simple, it's just numbers, and the newer one has some color added to the game, though it really doesn't need it. It's the mechanism that flows within this game that makes it fun. And the accessibility of this game, the older generation, the younger generation, either gender, gamer, non-gamer. If you have this game, it's kind of reminiscent of like an Uno or some kind of Rummy. And if you know how to play any kind of card game, this is a good one to pick up. So it's not just a filler game for, you know, the person that has all these games on their shelf and is classified as the gamer of the group. You can buy this for your family members as a stocking stuffer, and it's a win in that case as well. I mean, I really do like No Thanks when it comes to pretty much any situation where I can't think of a game to play. This kind of reminds me of a game, a gateway game that I like, that I pull out often, which is For Sale, which I'll be doing a review for as well. I know I'm name dropping, but it's one of those type of accessible gateway games that is tiny and is easy to explain. The chits are kind of, which is one of the reasons why the game grade is a little lower. And I mean, of course, there isn't any kind of thing, but what they set out to do in this game, I think they do perfectly. Again, the elegance is in its simplicity, and it does it well. So that is pretty much everything I can say about this tiny game, No Thanks. Of course, when you ask somebody if they want to play No Thanks, the response that you're going to get is no thanks. I've heard it every time, and it's going to get old, and that's one of the caveats that I'll have to put out there, because you're going to hear it every time. So, with that being said, thank you so much for joining me in today's review of No Thanks. I hope it was informational, and I recommend this for anyone who likes card games at all. And until the next time that I see you, I've been Dave from Gamevine. Have a great rest of your day, and a great time with all that you play. You heard it here on the Gamevine. I'm out. Bye.